Hello, you guys. You are tuned into the Let's Be Honest podcast, and I am Big Bro Tone. We got a great episode lined up for you guys, as always. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you've been rocking with me since the beginning, since episode 1, thank you. I love and appreciate you guys. Seriously, I really do. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate every person, every human being that even gave me a click, that gave me any kind of look, because at the end of the day, it added up. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not really consumed with the numbers of the podcast. That doesn't really interest me. What interests me the most is the impact of the podcast, the feedback. So if you're a constant listener of the Let's Be Honest podcast, or if you're new, I'm always looking for that feedback. So please, write in the comment section. Hit me up on Instagram, AWD__I. That's pretty much my tag on everything, AWD__I. Y'all gonna see it probably on this side of the screen, or maybe this side of the screen. I'm not even entirely sure. But again, thank you for tuning into the Let's Be Honest podcast. I am nothing without you guys. This podcast is nothing without you guys. I'm just another guy recording in his room. Just trying to be as creative as he possibly can and just get some things off his chest as he sees it. There's a couple things I want to talk about in today's podcast, or on today's episode. There's a lot of things that's been going on in hip hop in particular. I want to talk about new artists I've been put on to. I want to talk about that new King Combs video, Love You Better, featuring Chris Brown. What else I want to talk about? Wiz dropped a new album, I want to say last Friday or so. Chance dropped the EP with 4 songs. It's a couple things that I definitely want to talk about. But I want to first dive deep into the into the whole 6ix9ine situation. So for people that's not really caught up or whatnot, 6ix9ine around, I want to say, well, for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure you know who Tekashi 6ix9ine is, the clout chaser of hip hop. But apparently Tekashi was leaving a video shoot around 4 a.m. He was heading home, calling it a night or whatever. And when he got to his crib, apparently a car pulled into the driveway and blocked him from his driveway. And then all of a sudden, I believe 3 or 4 niggas hopped out the car and just went in on him, pistol whipped him, kidnapped him, robbed him. You know, the whole nine, like no pun intended. Like it's crazy, like when you think about it. So he pulled up to the driveway. Allegedly, these guys hopped out of their car, dragged him out of his car, I believe, pistol whipped him, put him in a car, questioned him about where the money and the shit was, you know, all the kind of stuff when niggas try to hit a lick. Kidnapped him, came back to the crib, ran up in the crib, came up with about maybe $800K in jewelry, and $800K in jewelry and other things, I'm sure. Yeah, they pretty much just got this nigga straight up. And it's first things first. Tekashi 6ix9ine made it out with his life. So that's a blessing then and there. You know, we've just been we just heard about the XXXTentacion stuff. So, you know, prayers out to 6ix9ine. Hopefully he all good. My bad, y'all. Some technical difficulties, but where was I? Yeah, I was talking about the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, and I'm just glad my man made it out with his life. We just lost XXXTentacion to a similar situation. Tried to rob him at gunpoint, but you know, it went left. So, you know, since the whole situation with Tekashi, he's I guess it happened over the weekend, and you know, he's out of the hospital, and he actually he actually gave his take on the whole situation. He called in the academics while he was live on Twitch and whatnot, and pretty much he just said he feels like it was an inside job, and situations like this only can happen when somebody inside the camp knows about timing and where you're gonna be, when you're gonna be there. It's just certain things he feels like only an insider would know. And again, he posted on Instagram. He posted a picture of XX. He posted a picture of Triple X on Instagram, pretty much saying how he's he understands that this is real life, and he's just happy to be making home to his family, his kids, and whatnot. And he's just happy to have his life. Like he said, like to him, he feel like that material shit is nothing. Like he gladly would have gave it up again. Like just to keep living. He feel like his day to die was supposed to be yesterday, but he made it through. So like yeah, like again, hope everything good with you, 6ix9ine. You just gotta move different, man. You just gotta move different. You see, it's like when I heard about this situation, the first thing I thought to myself was, well, it was only a matter of time. Let me just explain what I mean. 6ix9ine has made his career on, and I hate this word so much, but clout chasing. My bad. I really hate that fucking word. He made his career off clout chasing. He made his career off of just causing a ruckus and just causing mischief. He's like the Riddler of hip hop, minus the cleverness about him. Now he's smarter than obviously when people think, but it's just that when you surround yourself with certain kinds of people, and when you surround yourself with a certain vibe or a certain energy, it's only a matter of time before karma, or like, and what I believe is only a matter of time before God lets you know, okay, listen, my nigga, you gotta be humble. 6ix9ine been doing a lot of bullshit out here that's just been adding up, and it was only a matter of time before he got touched. Now again, I don't condone the bullshit, nor do I support rappers getting touched just so people can prove a point. I don't condone in that. But I do believe in reaping what you sow. I do believe in the energy you put out is the energy you will get back. And this was doomed to happen, unfortunately. It's interesting though, because it happened the same day he released that new song with Nicki called I believe Fifi. Pretty dope track, by the way. But yeah, the timing was just impeccable. Now we all know the troll master 6ix9ine is. Clearly, when you see the images of the pictures of him in hospital, clearly clearly they fucked him up. And what I'm not gonna do is say that he staged this whole thing to build anticipation around that song and the video that came out, I think the same day or something like that. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna make it seem like it was that. But at the same time, 6ix9ine, your timing is impeccable. Let's just say that. And don't get it twisted. I like 6ix9ine's music at all. See, I'm talking about two separate topics right now. 6ix9ine's bullshit off the court, and you got 6ix9ine on the court. You know what I mean? I try to approach this hip hop shit kind of like sports. You know what I mean? You got art. You could love your artist on the court. You could love the skills. You could love your favorite player on the court. They signature moves. You can love. Like they handle the way they get to the rack. or whatever sport may have. You can love the way an Odell catches the ball, his talent. You know, you can always love a creator for their talent. But when there's another side of them off the court, you know, out of the booth, off the field. And they had to be accountable for that kind of shit too. You had 6ix9ine out in Chicago trolling Chief Keef with his baby mom, and you know, you just had 6ix9ine trolling all kinds of people in the industry, just trying to get a rise out of people, just trying to make a name for himself pretty much. I remember he was dealing with beef with Casanova earlier on. They squashed it, of course, so that's good. 6ix9ine is just in a position right now where you don't know who his true enemy is, because he's been trolling so many different kinds of people throughout his whole rise to fame. And it's not really a good look, just for the simple fact that situations like this can arise and you don't know where to point to. Now, he clearly has an idea of where the leak happened. He feels like it was an inside job, which I also believe. It makes sense though, because for him to leave somewhere at 4 a.m. and, you know, be driving home and whatnot, and for them to know exactly when he was going to be there and where he was going to be at that time, he could have made a pit stop anywhere, but they knew he was going to be going home. So whenever he left that shoot or that event or wherever he was, whoever was there definitely made a phone call. And this is all alleged, by the way. I don't know what's going on. I can't speak for nobody, but this is all speculation on my part. Somebody had to make a phone call like, yo, he just dipped, so he going home, make that move. Somebody had to know something. So, 6ix9ine definitely, you definitely may need to do a reevaluation of your circle. You may need to do a whole revamp of the way you moving, bro. It's just not a good look, man. You looking vulnerable out here. You had situations like Rich the Kid, where Rich the Kid don't troll nobody. You know what I mean? He had a situation in Philly with Uzi which went left. And then he had a situation in LA where he got caught up with his girl. They did a home invasion, pistol whipped him, beat her. It was robbed him. It was just a bad situation. You got so many. It's just been a wacky ass summer for hip hop. Period. Wacky as shit. Too much death. It's just been too many highs and too many lows. You know what I mean? Just not enough in between in hip hop right now, like this summer so far. Too many highs and too many lows. You know, great music's been coming out, but at the same time, at what cost? You know, we've been losing music artists left and right, and music artists have been getting touched left and right. You know, it's just been a unique time for hip hop. In my opinion, it's all about how you move. When you in the limelight of that nature, like when you're in hip hop, you gotta know how to move, bottom line. Like, you know, you just can't surround yourself with certain types of people. You just gotta understand what comes with the territory. When you invite certain things or certain types of people or certain energy around you, it's only a matter of time before that shit start to come full circle. And the next thing you know, you answer for things that you never thought you would have to answer for. Case in point, 6ix9ine. I got the story by way of Complex. Shout out to Complex. It was. I want to see if I can find the article because the robbery happened early Sunday morning. Yeah. So it's funny, 6ix9ine had a metaphor. He said it was no outside niggas. It's niggas that know how the king of New York moves. You know what I'm saying? The only person, and this is all 6ix9ine talking, by the way, when he was on Academics Joint, he said it's niggas that know how the king of New York moves. You know what I'm saying? The only person that can get a pharaoh in Egypt is the person who helped build the fucking kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that's right next the nigga that's right next to him. The nigga that know who built that shit, that got the blueprints. I understand what he trying to say for sure, but like, you know, fall back on your references, nigga. Like, I definitely understand where he was going. Bottom line is, the only person that can infiltrate the system is somebody that helped build the system in the first place. So I definitely understand what he's saying. Um, 6ix9ine just move different, man. Like I don't really got too much to say about this situation. Just move different, bro. Just move different. That's all. That's all it is, though. Moving on. I want to talk about the whole concept of clout chasing in hip hop. Like, is that just the wave now? Is that the new way people are getting notoriety or just respecting the game or a name for themselves by doing dumb shit? Or just by wreaking havoc and jabbing at everybody you can until somebody responds? It's a unique time we're living in, man. We live in a time where you have access to all your favorite people with one of these. A cell phone is crazy. You can go on Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media platform, and you can literally DM your favorite person. They don't have to respond, of course, but you can literally hit them up directly. You have a direct line of communication to your favorite anything or anybody. Even on Instagram now, they just added the whole FaceTime feature. So you can only imagine what people are doing or trying to do to get in contact with their favorite artists. You got people just spamming under artist pictures a bunch of nonsense until they get noticed, or you got artists, you got up and coming artists doing all kinds of dumb shit off the court just to get a name for themselves. It's just a weird time. Like, they call it clout chasing, but apparently clout chasing just doesn't go into trolling. It goes deeper than just that. It goes into, putting yourself in position around certain people just for a name, and it's not organic, it's not natural, or just causing a stir, causing a fake beef with somebody just to bring recognition to whatever you're about to whatever content you're about to release. You're just trying to bring recognition or click. You're trying to get clicks, no matter what. And I will never be able to understand that business strategy. Never. Just for the simple fact that you still have to answer for those things you've done. You in music, you're going to run into those people. You're going to run into the people that you've talked shit about. It's just that simple. It's only a matter of time. You got to answer those questions. You got to be willing to, stand on your own 10. Like, hey, like, it is what it is, or this was that, or this was this. It's just so many things you got to answer for with that clout chasing shit that you just got to be careful with, like how you doing it. Like, not just to keep beating the dead horse, but even 6ix9ine had problems with Trippie Redd. You know what I mean? It's just so many. It's just so much shit that go into clout chasing that you got to be able to answer for, and most of these young guys, I don't think they're ready to answer for. When you see shit that happens to people like 6ix9ine, you like, damn, like, this clout chasing really getting niggas like set up. Well, no fucking shit. Like, duh. When you out there just spewing ill rhetoric to any and everybody just because you can, you got to be able to understand what comes with that. Like, it's like, is this the time we in? I would never understand the concept of talking shit to get lit. I would never understand that concept. Never. I'm a firm believer in networking and maintaining relationships. And when you out here just spewing all this bullshit, you can't maintain relationships like that because people don't want to align themselves with you. Put it to you this way, when you out here causing all this trouble, clout chasing, and you trolling the masses just to get a rise out of people, that affects your money, my man. That affects everything. People don't want to surround themselves with you. Venues or curators or other creators. You lose business to business opportunities when you build yourself up the way some of these artists have, with they're trolling and or clout chasing. You know, you had artists like I'm not even gonna give some of these artists credence, because what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna allow my platform to become, you know, that space where you can just get a name or get clout just for doing dumb shit. I'm not gonna talk about the other niggas that's doing dumb shit like that. You know, like I just want people to understand that this is not the wave. You don't gotta be that. You can still get on by being talented. You can still get on by maintaining dope relationships and being in the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? You can still get on by being aggressive with your marketing and being creative with, your the way you deliver your content. You don't gotta be out here spewing negativity. You ain't gotta be out here just putting out all these bad vibes and bad energy, surrounding yourself with all this bad energy. You know, you don't gotta do that. It's really never been cool. It's never been, I don't think it's ever been necessary. But because of where we are in technology and people just upload videos and people so caught up with recording things, and you know, you got people that they really don't care. As long as they get notoriety, they don't care. You know, they will literally, I've literally been on Instagram and I've seen someone literally drop a fucking cucumber emoji under a particular artist's fucking picture. Just keep dropping the cucumbers, just keep putting cucumbers, just spamming them with fucking cucumbers. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we spewing people with cucumbers on Instagram? Like I'm trying to understand, like what's our end game here? Like, no, that's not how you get a response from your favorite artist, by dropping cucumbers under their fucking picture until they respond. It's fucking crazy. Like, it just makes no sense. And then you gotta watch out for the comment section. In the comment section, the comment section is relentless, man. You know, it's a lot of trolling in there, so you just gotta be careful. Like, when you make the conscious decision to jump into the comment section of whatever you own, be it Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, just be sure that you're gonna find some outlandish, fucked up shit. Just know that you're gonna be in there and you might get lost in the abyss of nothingness. It's just a lot. Every now and again you might find pretty dope exchanges, but for the most part, it's a lot of unnecessary negativity. So, future creators, please beware of trolling and clout chasing just to get notoriety for your music. Beware of it, because it always comes back to you no matter what you do. Somebody somewhere is bitter and hold on to what you did to them, and they gonna find a way to get back to you. The energy always come back. Always. Energy always comes full circle. We live in a constant cycle of life, and the energy always comes full circle at some point in time, be it today, tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year, next decade, or next fucking century. It may not affect you. It may affect your kids, your grandkids, because of the shit you was doing, clout chasing. So just be mindful of that shit, man. Like, clout chasing is not a big a deal. It's not that big a deal for real. Just stop it, y'all. Stop the trolling. Understand what come with it. If you're willing to live with the consequences, then so be it. You know, to each his own. But I'm pretty sure most of y'all not built for the stuff that come with it. I don't think none of y'all is prepared to get pistol whipped, kidnapped, robbed, and all that and above at gunpoint. I don't think everybody built for that. So, you know, everybody just slow down, man. Seriously, just slow down. But on another note, I want to shift gears. I want to get into a more positive note. I want to talk about that King Combs video. Love You Better featuring Chris Brown. Yo. First things first, I want to talk about the song. I love that song. I cannot stop playing that song. King Combs, you got one, bro. For those of y'all who don't know who King Combs is, Diddy's son, Christian Combs, the young up and coming bad boy entrepreneur. The young boy, I can't deny the music. I liked his 90s Babies mixtape. That was dope. He reminded me so much of Diddy. He looked just like him. I mean, obviously it's his son, but like, he just reminded me so much of Diddy in every aspect. You know, just the demeanor, the gravitas, the overall presentation of himself, the energy, the vibe, the confidence, the dancing. He's just like Diddy. He's literally like Baby Diddy. It's crazy. And Youngboy next up, Youngboy gonna take over Bad Boy. Like I got a strong feeling this is like Diddy is literally grooming him to take over the whole Bad Boy conglomerate, the whole Bad Boy entity. He's grooming him. And King Combs is literally he's living up to the challenge. Like so far, in my opinion, he dropped a mixtape, '90s Baby, that's very '90s influenced, very Bad Boy, '90s vibe influence. He's very active in the fashion world. Bull Waves is on 360. I'm trying to get mine like his. Like my brother Waves like that. Like my man Waves is on a beanski. But like the Bull, back to the song. Like I love that song so much, and for him to get Chris Brown in that joint, it was perfect. Chris Brown killed the hook. He killed the bridge. King Combs, obviously he's not the best lyricist. Neither was Diddy. Diddy was never the best lyricist at all. But that's not the point. Not everybody is meant to be super duper rappers. Like, you know, with King Combs is all about the lavish lifestyle, the energy, the vibe, you know, that 90s bounce. You know, just having fun with it. And he on to something, man. Love You Better is one of the hottest songs for me right now. I'm trying to remember what song he sampled. I need to know that because I like yesterday. I think I listened to the song about maybe 10 times yesterday, just like back to back. For some reason, I just can't. I really can't stop vibing to that joint at all. That shit just make me want to dance. Like. Yeah, that shit just made me want to dance, bro. Made me want to bop. Made me want to just vibe out with my shorty. Like, it's he on to something, and I know Youngboy is only going. Youngboy will take over that Bad Boy shit, man. Diddy know exactly what he doing, and so did the Youngboy. You know, Diddy got his other sons. I forget his other sons' names. Is one of them Prince? I'm not entirely sure. I gotta find out. His name is. I don't know, man. These little niggas is like businessmen to the fullest. My bad. So all right, his son not Prince at all. I'm tripping. His name is So he got like the two main sons we all know, Justin Dior Combs and Christian Casey Combs. Those are the main ones we know. And then you got Quincy, who was his adoptive son, I believe. But Justin clearly gonna take over the Ciroc shit. He that boy. You can tell. You can just see it from a distance. He gonna be the one to take over the Ciroc brand and shit. And then Christian is the one that's gonna be more focused on the music side. You know what I mean? It's literally. It's literally like. It's like watching people grow up before your eyes, man. The video for Love You Better, featuring Chris Brown, King Combs, the video in itself pay homage to Biggie's One More Chance video. It's just the Youngboy really is living in the 90s, but in 2018. It's crazy. Not in a bad way, though. He got a good ear for sound. Granted, he Diddy's son, so I'm pretty sure he gotta have a good ear, and I'm pretty sure his dad, you know, helping along the way, pulling certain strings, getting Chris Brown on the songs or whatever. Cause like I said, it's not like King Combs dropped projects before this. You know, he dropped songs here and there, and then he dropped the mixtape this year. But it's not like he just built this rapport, you know, in the rap game, and you know he Diddy's son, so he kind of already got a way in, and I'm pretty sure he pulled the strings for that Chris Brown feature. But nonetheless, it worked out. It's not like it's a situation where he's putting out trash music and it's not working. He's putting out pretty good music. You know what I mean? I could just leave it there. Like like shout out to King Combs, man. Like I love what you're doing so far, dog. Like I'm definitely fucking with the energy right now. Like you got to support her from the Let's Be Honest podcast. So keep doing what you're doing, sir. What else has been popping? Oh yeah, Chance the Rapper. He dropped a new EP. Yeah. Chance dropped a new EP, and all the songs are dope. All the songs are pretty good. The EP has 4 tracks. Out of all 3, he released I Might Need Security, While I Can, Workout, and 65th and Ingleside. Now, being totally honest, out of the 4 songs, 3 I definitely like with no questions asked. I don't really care for While I Can, to be honest. I don't know. Just don't really care for While I Can. Not a terrible song. Just don't really care for it. But the 2 songs that stuck out to me definitely is I Might Need Security and 65th and Ingleside. Now, everybody know Chance the Rapper has been riding for Chicago since his beginnings. He's so Chicago is ridiculous. He's all about giving back to the community and giving back to the kids. On I Might Need Security, he talks about the mayor a lot, of the mayor of Chicago, blatantly saying fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like he apparently, I don't really know too much about what's going on in Chicago, but just based off what I've heard in the music, apparently it's some questions that need to be answered in regards to budgeting when it comes to Chicago's mayor and what he's doing with that money. A lot of paid vacations, it seems like. So, fuck you if that's really the case, Mayor of Chicago. That's corny as shit. The city need more than just somebody getting paid for their vacations, my G. The city need more than just some legislation being passed. They need actual foot soldiers making the change. So maybe you need to put your money where your mouth is and put the money behind, people like Chance the Rapper, and he's clearly somebody that's on the ground floor touching the people, making sure they know that they never forgot. Because clearly you have forgotten about the people and you got caught up within the whole allure of the political arena, and you care more about the check rather than, the respect. So shout out to Chance the Rapper for being conscious as always. But on these songs, am I mistaken? But Chance the Rapper is kind of talking his shit a little bit. You know what I mean? Normally Chance been on his super duper gospel / positive note. He always on his positive shit. That's never gonna change. But he kind of talking his little shit. He throwing around his weight a little bit. And, to be quite honest with you, in my opinion, this might be one of Chance's best lyrical performances as of late. I feel like now, for some reason, people... I was on Facebook, right? And you know how there's always those posts that's circling around with thousands and thousands of shares and comments and likes, and it's always like a question or something like, who's the best rapper out of these 5 artists, or which cereal could you live without? This, that, on the third. Like, the post on Facebook that get people talking. And there was a post, and I believe it says something along the lines of, rank these 5 artists, rank these 5 lyricists or whatever. It was, and this is in no particular order, I'm just naming the artists that was on the list. It was Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Big Sean, and Chance the Rapper. All from different places, all from across the country. I'm just not sure where. I'm not going to really waste time ranking those guys right now. I already had a whole conversation about that with somebody else. But what I'm trying to get to is, where do we put Chance in the conversation as lyricist? Like not saying he's not a lyricist, but where do we put him in that conversation? Because I don't think he's released enough music for us to really put him on the level of a Kendrick or a J. Cole or Big Sean or a Drake, as far as lyricism goes, those guys are 3, 4 projects deep in the rap game, more than that. Some of them more than that. Whereas though Chance has only given us coloring book. He's given us mixtapes, but his mixtapes don't really reflect his current state of music. He's given us songs here and there, but as far as the projects go, the ones that you really like use as like markers to distinguish someone's like growth as an artist, you can look back on artists like Kendrick, Big Sean, Drake, and all those guys, J. Cole. You can look back on each project and kind of map out their growth as a lyricist, and you know where they were and where they are now. But when it comes to Chance, though, the only thing you really can map is his change in content, because on his mixtape like Acid Rap, he talked a lot of like, you know, about drugs and using, and you know, just the whole mentality of behind that vibe. But he shifted gears more into the conscious. I mean, he was conscious even on Acid Rap a little bit, but you know, he talked about drugs often. Hence the title of the project, Acid Rap. But he shifted gears as far as his content, right? He shifted gears. But yeah, I was saying Chance kind of shifted gears as far as his content goes. But as far as where we put him as a lyricist, I just can't put him yet. Like, I'm not saying he can't rap. Chance can very, very much rap, especially with this EP, these songs. His lyricism is very much there. Like, he you know, he's definitely a lyricist, but I just feel like he need to do more as far as like he need to release more projects, more music. See, Chance, he's sort of independent, I guess you'll say. He has like a distribution deal with Apple or whatever, but he's and again, like I mentioned, he's a foot soldier in Chicago, constantly trying to help out the community. So he has his hands on a lot of things, a lot of different projects. But as far as where we put him in that conversation, as far as like one of the best lyricists of our generation right now, like some of the newer guys, I just can't put him in that conversation yet. I like, as far as, you know, the conversation with like Kendrick and Drake and whatnot, I just can't, not yet, just because those guys have put in the work. They've dropped projects on projects and albums, and you know, they've dropped so many things from when they first got here until now, that in Chance, his sample size is so minuscule compared to those artists. You just can't put him on that level, in my opinion, just not yet. Let him grow some more. But when I know one thing for sure, when I decided on that list, I told you about earlier with the 5 best lyricists right now, when I made that order, I had to put Chance last, not because of skill really, and you know, well, a little bit of skill, but not just because of skill, because he's still growing, but also because he just hasn't released enough bodies of work for me to compare him to guys like Kendrick, you know, or J. Cole. I just can't put him in that realm yet. But he's on his way there. The music he puts out is all quality. All quality. He doesn't release anything bad. You know what I mean? Like, granted, you know, I understand he doesn't release music at a constant rate, but neither does artists like Kendrick or Drake or Sean or Cole. But they've kind of earned that right to a degree. Well, Drake is the one artist that kind of releases music all the time. He rarely takes breaks. But artists like, you know, Cole, Kendrick, Sean, they've earned the right to release when they really want to. They release projects maybe every year and a half, maybe every 2 years or so. Chance, I think he needs to be a little bit more active, just putting out the music. Cause I mean, I want more music from Chance. Like, there's times where I don't know where to look for Chance music because I'm tired of listening to the Coloring Book. Not that Coloring Book is a bad project. I love Coloring Book. But just all the simple fact, I just want some new music from Chance. So I'm glad we got this EP from Chance with these 4 songs, and they all dope songs. I prefer 3 out of the 4 for sure, but they're all pretty dope tracks, and you can't deny his music. On songs like 65th and Ingleside, he, you know, reminisces about him growing up in his city, and you know, about his past relationships and his current relationships, his current relationship with his wife, his baby. You know, he's just mentally in a great space right now, and I got a feeling Chance is about to drop a big project towards the end of the quarter. Knowing him, it'll probably come out maybe fourth quarter of the year. So that's about October, November, December. I think the project will come out maybe about then. Yeah. I definitely think Chance can come out with a project towards the end of the year, and I'm looking forward to it because I love Chance the Rapper's music. One of my favorite songs to this day is Church with him and BJ the Chicago Kid. She said she wanna drink, do drugs, and have sex tonight, but I got church in the morning, church in the morning. Like, he makes great music. I love how he blends the gospel with the hip hop. I'm real into that. He had one of the most legendary verses on Ultralight Beam, Kanye West, The Life of Pablo. One of the most legendary verses. One of the hardest verses ever. That verse put him up there. But like, as far as just like the amount of music he put out, he's got to put out more music, and he easily gonna be put in that conversation with like the J. Cole's, Drake's, Big Sean's, Kendrick's. He easily could be put in that conversation because he can rap. No questions asked. He can definitely rap. So y'all need to go check out Chance the Rapper's new EP. Doesn't really have a title. He released the songs independently. When I say independently, I mean he released the songs like as singles. So it's literally 4 separate singles. Like when you look up like the new songs, it's not like consolidated onto like one project with like a title and everything. So I mean, I've just been calling it the EP because he released 4 songs. I don't know if that's like kind of like a business marketing plan they're trying to do, just release the songs separately. You maybe get more streams that way. Not really sure. But he released an untitled EP with 4 dope tracks. 3 for sure dope tracks. One, a solid joint, but he released the EP with 4 dope tracks. So you need to definitely go check that out. Chance the Rapper, just keep working, man. Like I'm definitely looking out for more music. Definitely got my eyes on. Definitely got my heart set on that. What else I got to talk about? Cause Wiz dropped Rolling Papers 2. I could touch on that a little bit. Rolling Papers 2, long as shit. First things first. I think it's like 25 songs, maybe 24, 25 songs. That shit was long. But out of the songs I've heard from it, I like. Maybe only one song I could live without, but so far, like I said, like it's a lot of songs, so I'm still digesting the project. I'm still listening to it. But so far, it's not that many songs I don't like. Wiz has always been pretty much loyal to his sound, loyal to his fan base. He has a core that he continues to satisfy, which is why he will always win. And let's keep it real. Everybody smoke weed these days, and it's just one of those things. Like he's just one of those like good vibe artists, one of those catch a vibe artists, one of those artists that is always, the music is always good. It's never terrible music. It's always good. One of my favorite songs on the project is the actual the title of the album, the title song, Rolling Papers 2, and Bootsy Bellows is hot. I like the song with him and Gucci. That joint is hard too. Yeah, Real Rich with Gucci Mane. Bootsy Bellows is my shit. I don't know how I felt about that Party Next Door song, Rain. It kind of felt weird. But yeah. Blue Hundreds with Jimmy Wapo. That joint was hard. Hot Now, Ocean, Holyfield. Mr. Williams is hard. You know what I mean? I'm still digesting the project for sure. But I like the project, to be quite honest with you. A lot of people tend to give Wiz flack for, I guess, not really switching up his content. And I can understand where you're coming from with that, because we host other artists to that standard of, evolving your content as time goes on. But with certain artists, I feel like certain artists in the game just get a pass for their content because we understand they're satisfying a true core, and they've always won with that core. But yeah, Wiz he's always won with his core. He's always been loyal to the soil, and we will never go out of style, ever, 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 ever. You know, it's in actuality, the industry, the marijuana industry is growing, and he killing it in that field. See, Wiz is one of those guys that he built the foundation and a strong core for himself, and built a strong team around him, and built an undeniable brand that just so universal, that's just so universal with people. The thing about the whole like stoner vibe, and like I dabble, don't get it twisted. I dabble, but the thing about the whole stoner vibe is it's undefeated. When you create music for like a certain culture or a certain like when you create music for like a certain culture, people from that culture will always seek out your music because it gives them the vibe they always want, they always look for when they're, you know, indulging. You know what I mean? I always fucked with Wiz's music, but I always felt like he made better mixtapes than albums though. Oddly enough, Rolling Papers is one of my favorite Wiz albums, the first one. Only Nigga in First Class was cool. It was alright. You know, Black Hollywood was cool. You know, it had a lot of bangers off of it. You know, like Wiz just makes all kind. Was this album? Rolling Papers 2 has a lot of different sounds on it, and it doesn't really have like a true direction, I guess you'll say. Production wise, you get a lot of different sounds, a lot of different sounds sonically that appeal to you for different reasons. It seems like for this project, he just went in and was like, "Hey, listen, like I got a bunch of beats, let's lay them, boom. Let's just lay the track down, see how it go. If we fuck with it, it go on the album. If we don't fuck with it, oh well." It don't seem like he really approached this album with like a true narrative or like a concept. He's just continuing off the Rolling Papers 1, that whole energy. Rolling Papers 1 was much shorter. I believe it was about 13 songs, maybe 12, maybe 13 or 14 songs on Rolling Papers 1. I'm not entirely sure. So this one got like 25 songs. So a lot of songs to digest, but definitely a dope project. What else do I want to talk about on today's episode? I could talk about new artists. No, I'm gonna say that for another episode. No, I might as well talk about it now. So, new artists that I've been hip to. But yeah, I want to talk about new artists that I've been put on to. My brother put me on a lot of new artists. He put me on this new guy, YK Osiris, Za Sosa. You know, he put me on new guys like that. YK Osiris got this new song out called Timing. That's dope. I fuck with it. It's so many new artists coming out these days that it's sometimes I find myself unable to keep up. But that's what I got my little brother for. He always hit me with some new artists all the time. It's this other new artist. Oh yeah, so I said YK Osiris, definitely I need to go check him out. He got a song called Timing. That's hard. Another artist that I've been fucking with lately, Za Sosa. He got this song called On My Own. That's dope as hell. Look up Za Sosa. Za Sosa is a pretty dope artist, young guy. Another artist, well, YK Osiris is from Jacksonville, Florida. Za Sosa, my brother was telling me he's from Philly, I believe. Another artist I'm vibing with is TJ Porter. He got this song out, Tricky. That's hard. Young boy next up. I got a feeling like he from Harlem, New York. So y'all need no look out for TJ Porter. That's somebody that I feel like is coming up also. And Tierra Whack, my favorite out of the entire group of names I just mentioned. Tierra Whack dropped a project entitled Whack World, I want to say earlier this year. Maybe a couple months ago, whatever. Not really too sure about the timing of it. But she dropped a project entitled Whack World. And it's arguably one of my favorite projects of 2018. Nope, like it's definitely up there in my top 5 projects of 2018. Because it's something about, well, first things first, Tierra Whack is an up-and-coming artist from Philly. Dope artist. She's been putting out dope music left and right. She's been dropping songs like, she got a song like Child Please, that's dope. Mumbo Jumbo, which gave her a lot of recognition. Shit Happens, Toe Jam, you know, that all led up to the project Whack World. I'll be honest, Shorty can rap her ass off. She has dope concepts. She's one of the most creative young people I've came across when it comes to how they put out the music, how they display the content to the masses. She's just taking it to another level. In my opinion, when it comes to marketing her brand, when it comes to marketing her content. She released the project Whack World, but here's the catch about the project. The project has 15 tracks, right? But the project is only 15 minutes long, meaning that each song is exactly a minute in length, 60 seconds. You would think that's not enough, but when you listen to the project in its sequence, when you listen to the project in its entirety, it all just flows. It seems like you're on like a roller coaster ride through her mind. Like you're on a roller coaster ride through Whack World. It's honestly something to behold. She is honestly one of the dopest artists like coming up right now. And I know her creativity is only going to go to new bounds. It's only a matter of time. It's funny because I got hip to her. One of my coworkers, he put me on to her, and it just so happens that that's his niece, like you know, like his real niece, not like some bullshit and people just hit you with the, oh, like, yeah, you know, my cousin that do this, or no, that's like his real niece. Like he support her, you know, go to her shows, make sure, you know, she, you know, he look out for her in little ways that he can. You know, he a dope ass individual himself. And you know, he just said, "Yo, listen, like, check out my niece. Yo, she got some dope stuff." So when he telling me about her, this is before, you know, I knew who she was. I'm just, you know, just looking at the music off the strength of, you know, my coworker saying, "Yo, she dope." I don't think at the time he told me that was his niece. He was saying, "Yeah, look up this artist. She dope as hell." So I look up the music by Tierra Whack. I started on Whack World and then I start backtracking. I'm like, yo, shorty really vicious. She could sing, like, and she came out with music videos for each individual track on the project. 15 videos, very vastly different, but they all exist. Each video, each narrative from each video, it all exists within the same world, all the same realm of possibility, and it's like she brings the music to life through these videos. It's crazy. And each time I'm listening to this, I'm listening to these songs, I'm like, oh man, I need more. But then you go to the next song, you get fulfilled in another way. You know, it's like she's just a dope ass artist that's coming up right now. And like I honestly believe that she next up out of the city, man. I honestly believe that she's next up. You just can't deny the music. She got a dope sound. She doesn't remind me of anybody. If I had to compare her to somebody lyrically, I'm not even sure. Like I could put her in that Lauryn Hill conversation, as far as like her style, and but it's like she's more eccentric than Lauryn Hill. She's like Lauryn Hill mixed with an Andre 3000 or Erykah Badu, I guess you would say, as far as like just the creativity and how she goes about just bringing alive her music and being animated and just overall just being a dope artist that's true to her sound, true to herself. She's on my radar for sure. And y'all need to go check out Tierra Whack, Whack World. As a matter of fact, I think it made World Star's top projects of 2018 list so far. I think it's made that list so far. So shout out to Tierra Whack. You killing it right now. You definitely got a support over here, and you got a platform that's definitely, wishing the best for you. Yeah. So that's the last thing I really want to talk about. I don't really, I feel like I got everything I wanted to get off my chest. Like the hip hop game is constantly evolving, constantly releasing more music, constantly, just giving us new artists to dive into. Like I said, we live in a time where people can just create at their own leisure, and that's an amazing time to be in. I love it. The fact that people can just make music in their bedrooms, or I can just create this podcast and make it sound very professional, from just where I'm sitting. I'm in love with the way the culture is moving forward, the way technology is moving forward, the way we're able to just be creators in the most freest sense. So I want to thank you guys, new listeners and current listeners, for tuning into the Let's Be Honest podcast. Again, like I always say, this podcast is nothing without you guys. You guys give me life. You guys motivate me to keep moving forward. You guys were tuned into the Let's Be Honest podcast with your man, Big Bro Tone. Stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. One love.